coming up in today's video.
AP -2, okay, so I'm wanting 5s.
Awesome.
Oh, 1.
So it's 3s. Not a fail.
Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed, sir.
Dear. Bad rolling. It's because I insulted the Emperor before this game. Strength
He was
10.
getting carried away with the Xenos line.
Strength 10.
Hello and welcome to the Scholar Progenium. Today we've got a bit of an interesting one for you. We have a new member of the team, Gaz. He'll be joining us and he'll be showing off his Necrons. Now, Gaz is a painter, not a fighter, as one might say. So he's been learning his craft over the past couple of years now. You've been playing?
2 years, yeah.
2 years. And he's, you know, got to be honest with him, going from not having played a game to sort of running with our meta where things are a little spicy, it can be a bit of a struggle. So what we're doing today is Gaz has taken a list that, it's got teeth, but it's models he enjoys. And I've taken some really fun units. Obviously, it's kind of unavoidable to have teeth with the Blood Angels. And I've got some classic units in there, but it should be a really good looking battle. It should be really, really fun battle. And we're actually even playing with these take and hold cards. So take off your serious hat. There's nothing competitive about today's video. We're just going to be having some fun, showing off the Blood Angels, showing off the Necrons, and just, playing some good old-fashioned 40k. Now, the mission today is going to be take and hold. Very interesting. So Gaz, he's been taken in by the GW propaganda machine, and he's got all the little bells and whistles, including these objective cards, and we're like, yeah, let's give it a crack, why not? So this seems very much like 8th edition. The players roll off, starting with the winner. Each player alternates placing objective markers. That's right, people. It's not laid out in the rulebook for you. In this situation, you've got to use that old brain noggin and decide where you want to put your objectives, and then at the end of each command phase, you get a point for each objective you control. Madness. Seems like we're going back in time, but at the same time, I'm really, really excited for this match. It's going to put me on the back foot and kind of level the playing field between my sort of 20 years of using Blood Angels and Gaz's having collected Necrons since the Indomitus box caught his eye.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
also,
yeah.
for those of you with a historical sort of fans of history, Gaz is actually Welsh and I'm English, so there's hundreds of years rivalry in battle. This goes well beyond 40k. Right, so the Blood Angels list, let's get stuck in. Now, I've got the HQs here. I've got Mephiston, because I've not used him for a while, and he's probably my favourite Blood Angels thing. I have my Captain with Terminator Claws, who regular viewers will be very used to now. I just can't stop using this guy at the moment. I really enjoy him. Definitely not competitive, but very fun. I've got my Terminator Chaplain converted. This guy, he'll be going for extra attacks and all extra combat buffs because I haven't got much shooting in this list. And then I have, of course, now not an HQ choice, he's Sergeant Ix. So this guy cost me a command point. He is my custom Eversur Assassin. Now, I've done a video on how I built and designed and painted this guy and the story behind him, the lore behind him, a couple of years ago. If you guys are interested, I can do an updated version of that, or you can look in the back. But yeah, essentially this guy counts as an Eversur Assassin. He works in every way, but he's a Blood Angels character in my force. Onto the elites. We have 8 Death Company with a Thunderhammer and a Power Sword. We have 8 Sangard with 3 axes and 5 swords. We have 5 actual Relic Terminators with the cannon paid for. We have 5 Assault Terminators. And yeah, that's it for the elites. Now, funny times, we're actually going to be bringing a Redeemer, lady and gentlemen. So, the Redeemer, I'm sure, I haven't used this model in literally time immemorial. I had to look up the rules, but I saw it in my box. I was like, I'm playing Gaz, this guy's fun. And I think you can actually see how dusty this guy is. He's literally been in a crate for, editions. And then finally, we have, yes, just for the fun and games, we have a drop pod. And that's going to contain 2 of my troop choices.
Right, okay, so taking you through my list then, let's start with the HQs. Starting with my Overlord, he has got the Voltaic Staff Relic, so it's going to improve his Staff of Light a little bit. I haven't given him the Resurrection Orb because it's a bit too pricey, I think. Moving on to my Scorpec Lord over here, he's just bare bones, but with his invulnerable save and the buffs that he gives to it, the Scorpec Destroyers that I'll come on to later, he is pretty much an auto-include. and Illumino Zeras. I know online there's a lot of chat about him being a bit too pricey, but for the augmentation he can do on my troops, I think he's really, really good, especially when we take big blobs of warriors or immortals. Onto my elites, I've got a squad of 5 Scorpet destroyers, 4 of them with the thrashers, 1 with the reap blade. I would have taken the extra reap blade, but points, so I can't. My Void Dragon, this is my first game with the Void Dragon, so it will probably have new model syndrome and get wiped off the board as quickly as it can, even though it is pretty hard to move. Its Catan powers are the Void Dragon specific one, which is Catan Shard, Times Arrow and a Void Dragon one, and I have the other elite is my Stalker with the twin heavy Gorse. Over in the back for our heavy support, we've got a squad of 3 destroyers, nice and easy, a Canoptek Doomstalker, and an Annihilation Barge, which has got the Gorse underneath, because I do think we need... I'm more of a Gorse guy than the Tesla. I like the additional hits, but 9th edition has kind of nerfed Tesla to the ground. I've also got a little squad of 3 Scarabs, just for points and to maybe keep on a spare objective somewhere. Finally, onto my troops, I've got 2 squads of 10 warriors with the Reapers. I do like the additional AP and strength on them, as opposed to the normal ones. And a big squad, a big blob of 10 Immortals with, again, the Gorse over the Tesla, because I think that's what I was going for.
Nice. I mean, I have to say, this is probably the nicest looking army I've ever put in a battle report on this channel.
Thanks.
Absolutely beautiful, guys. So yeah, we'll be with you. I tell you what, do you have any dice available? We'll be with you guys after setup and that. We won't bore you with setup rolls. And then we'll roll off the first turn. Here we have the field of battle after deployment. So we've got that old-fashioned... Chuck us the card, guys. Oh, it's over here. But yeah, we've got this deployment zone. Oh, everything's feeling very retro right now. I'm absolutely loving these cards. I'm converted. Everything I said 5 seconds ago about these being part of the propaganda Games Workshop machine, I was wrong. I'm loving it. I'm loving the setup. We've barely rolled a dice yet. So on the Blood Angel side, now I'm feeling a bit bare bone, a bit skinny on the ground, as we said, a little lean, one might say. But it's just because I've got a lot of units that are overcosted. So I've got my Death Company here. They're holding this objective. I've got my Captain holding that objective as well. I've got my Land Raider Redeemer with Assault Terminators and a Chaplain in, because it holds 12 or 6 Terminator models. Murphy's just chilling behind the Redeemer Cannon, just checking everything's working properly. And then we have a unit of 7 Intercessors on this little objective here. Gaz had some Ultramarine objectives, and obviously that appealed to me because I thought, right, I can pretend I'm rescuing the Ultramarines, fixing their problems for them. I've obviously failed a mission on this Necron world. Now the Blood Angels have to come and do things properly. Now on this side of the board, I'll just show you the other objectives first. So we've got one objective here, that last cannon round thing, from a destroyed Dreadnought. We've got this Terminator, this Intercessor here. We've got this Inquisition box in the centre. We've got this little thing, Gizmo, here, which is kind of cool. And then we've got this hatch over here. And we have, finally, a banner over here. So 6 objectives. If you control one at the start of your command phase, you get a point. And that's how we're scoring primaries today. In terms of secondaries, I've got a little whiteboard over here. And we can see that the Blood Angels have gone for engaging all fronts, we've gone for scramblers and raise the banner, and then I can't remember the name of your fancy ones.
We've gone for engaging all fronts, Treasure of the Aeons, where you are going to select some objectives and I need to grab a hold of them.
And I've selected this one here.
Yep.
The centre one. And this one here, so 2 in my deployment zone, yeah.
And I've got Purge the Vermin as well, which is like the opposite of engaging all fronts. For every table quarter you're not in, I get 2 points at the end of the turn.
Fascinating. So it's going to be very interesting on the secondaries. And then, yeah, I mean, if I'm absolutely honest with you guys, I'm on the Necron side. I want Gaz to claim victory today. We fought quite a few games, and, he definitely deserves this one. So, everyone wish the Necrons luck, and now let's get to kicking their asses. Right, we'll roll the dice. We'll see who goes first.
You got dice?
I have a massive jar of dice. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Ready, let's roll. So 4 for the BA and a 2 for the Necron. So I am forced to go first, I don't have a choice. So let's do some Forlorn Fury. Get these Death Company up the board. That's going to be the first thing I do. Oh, in terms of relics, I forgot to mention, Chaplain has the cast on a 2+, because I keep failing my litanies. And he has the extra Crozius, which bashes people harder. And then my Captain has Blade of the Imperium and Mastercrafted Lightning Claws. Quite a standard build. And what are your relics in that?
My Overlord has got the Staff of Light, or the Voltaic Staff, so it's an upgrade on his shooting and melee, and my Scorpec Lord has got the Veil of Darkness, so he can do teleport once a game.
Wow, nice. And then I've just realised I've forgotten to actually show in detail the Necron setup, because we're just chilling today. So we've got his Murder Crew over here with, is that your Warlord?
No, that is just a Scorpec Lord, he's not my Warlord today.
Fair enough. We've got his Shard here. We've got a bunch of Necrons holding this objective. The Ultramarine, he needs help. He's like, please come help us. He's praying to Sanguinius right there. Mm-hmm. How can you pray to Gilliman? He's still alive. And then we've got the
Stalker.
The Stalker. We've got, is that your Warlord?
No, this is Zeros. This guy up here, this tiny little guy, he's my Warlord. This is just a character.
Cool. So Zeros is there. I'll just sequentially go through all of your HQ choices and ask if they're a Warlord. Is this guy the Warlord? How about this guy in the Destroyer badge? He looks pretty Warlordy. And then we've got your War of the Worlds unit there. What's it called?
Very War of the Worlds. Just refer to him as War of the Worlds from here on out.
War of the Worlds guy. Tom Cruise. Help me, Tom Cruise.
That is Tom Cruise. Yeah.
That's Tom Cruise. So we've got Tom Cruise there. And then we've got the Destroyers and another unit of infantry here. So it's going to be an interesting one. Throw out everything you know, people. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, because this is going to be a really interesting game. I can feel it in my bones. So, Blood Angels going first. So after Blood Angels turn 1 movement phase, I just moved these guys back a little smidgeroony and raised a banner on that objective. I moved and advanced with the... I only moved with the Redeemer itself. And then I moved and advanced with the Captain up behind, and Mephi's just strolled 7 inches just to stay behind that guy. So he's kind of making this objective harder for Gaz to get. I then dropped my drop pod in friendly territory just over this side of the table quarter, so I've got this engaged on all fronts permanently, which puts a bee in Gaz's bonnet, and this is the central line of sight blocking bit of terrain, so my drop pod's actually pretty safe unless he wants to come and get it, but just over into the table quarter for engage, as I mentioned. This squad hopped out, raised a banner on this objective, and this squad moved, advanced, and raised a banner on this objective. So I've got 1, 2, 3 banners raised. I'm holding 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 6 objectives, which is tasty. And now we're going to do a little bit of psychic, then a little bit of shooting. So psychic powers, I'm just going to try and smite with Mephiston into your warriors. And I get it off in an 11, so that's D6 mortal wounds. And it's a 5. So 5 mortal wounds to your warriors.
Yep. So you finish with the psychic phase, so I can roll to see if they reanimate.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything else. I don't want to risk him.
Okay. And
on good roll.
5s and 6s, they reanimate.
So
2 of them die.
Nice, perfect. You're in charge of the reanimation rules, because I don't tend to really keep up to date with the Necron reanimation. Yeah, just it's the closest squad to Mephiston. Right, so we'll get on to the shooting phase now, guys. Right, so after the Blood Angels shooting, a couple of bolt pistols. I spent the 2 CP to put these Death Company in all phases simultaneously for Doctrines. I also spent 2 CP to move them with Forlorn Fury before the game starts. I've had 4 CP spent on them in the first round. But I put 2 wounds onto these Close Combat Destroyers, and a Crack Grenade did the max 3 wounds that I can do per phase to the Shard, which was absolutely sweet. Then a Smite and Dual Assault Cannons from Mephiston in the Psychic phase, and the Redeemer, his Flamers are just out of range. I managed to, I think, kill about 8 of these Necrons, but in total he made 3 passes, so only 5 are dead from this 10-man squad, and this squad remains unharmed. Now, it's time for the combat phase. I made the charge and I got an 11. I've put everything into these destroyers just to try and get rid. And I've got 40, obviously because I'm striking in all phases, I get my Savage Echoes. So, Gaz, if you don't mind passing me a ton of dice, thank you very much. In fact, can you hold this camera?
Yep.
And I will roll the dice. So these are all the dice I need, aren't they? And then those are my thunder hammer. Right. And what's your toughness, if you don't mind me asking?
Toughness 5, and I have spent a CP, so they're -1 to wound when it gets to the
And I'm +1 to wound, which means I will be wounding you on 5s with these. Because I'd be +1, you're -1,
Yep.
so they cancel each other out, and you're toughness 5 and strength 4. So they're fighting an uphill battle till the old Death Company. Now they're hitting on 3s, of course, and they've no rerolls, they've no character support.
That's still a good spread of hits.
It's looking very tasty, isn't it? Okay. That Team Poland Captain dice never fails. And these are mine as well.
Yep.
And then we're wounding on 5s, which is very unusual. It feels wrong. Damn you and your Xenotech. Xeno witchcraftery. Right, okay. 5s. Come on, Death Company. Oh, it's looking awful. Tragic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it could be alright.
Yeah, it looks
Actually,
okay.
it's just a spread, I think. Not bad at all.
Is that a 1 or a 6?
That is a 1. Okay. So, yeah, that's them. That's your saves. AP -2 in this phase, and then I've got a Thunder Hammer.
AP -2, okay, so I'm wanting 5s.
Awesome.
Oh, 1. So that's 1 dead, 2 dead, and 1 was on 1 wound, so, okay, that's
Another
the
one
first
dead.
one, second one, third one, and 1 on 1 wound.
Nice. Okay, now I've got the Thunder Hammer to go. I can do this with my own hands because it's only 5 dice. And that is going to be 3 hits because I'm -1 to hit. And then 2s. No, I'm only strength 8, so it'll be 3s because your toughness 5 is so weird. Not wounding on plus. So 1 wound with the Thunder Hammer against your damn Necrons.
AP?
-4 in this phase.
Oh, well, straight through then.
Okay,
What's the
so
damage?
flat 3.
Oh.
So that's another 1 polished off. Okay, so it looks like the Death Company have ripped through these guys. Now that's all my attacks. Can you reanimate these guys?
Yes, I can. How many have I lost? I've lost 4 in total, so that would be 12 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I need 5s and 6s. And
You get 2. Is that enough to bring one back?
that's not enough to bring 1 back. Nope.
So he doesn't come back at all, does he?
Nope.
From my understanding.
Nope.
Oh, glory to the Death Company. The Forlorn Fury. It's swept across the board and taken out this close combat unit. Well, weakened it significantly. We'll be back with you. I tell you guys, I felt like a proud father watching Gaz move these guys to deep strike block me from his table corner. I was like, excellent. That's exactly what I want to see you doing, Gaz. So I am not going to be able to deep strike because he's moved there. He's spread his forces out nicely to control my deep strike ability. He's also moved his Catan Shard, is that what it's called, into the line of sight blocking terrain so he can see through it and use that big old laser beam on my Land Raider. He has also moved other stuff around, basically everything that he needs to shoot at these Death Company. And then finally, but possibly most gloriously, channeling the power of these Necron stones. They illuminated with green glow. These tactical marines, by Sanguinius, was wondering what was going on, and then out of the ether materialized these combat units. He used his relic to just pull out of combat, but he didn't have to pull out of combat. He can just do it in the movement phase, redeploy over here, and he's going to try and take this objective. And remember, his one of his secondaries is to control that objective, and this one, and the center one. So he's lining up to take control of the objectives he needs. Now, we're going to do the first bit of shooting on camera, and you're doing your Canoptic Spider, is it called?
Yes, I'm going with the Spider first, because if he scores a hit, then whoever he's shooting, the rest of my army can reroll 1s against that unit, so I'm going to be rerolling 1s against
Oh,
the
he's
Land
got
Raider.
some tactics for us, people.
Okay, so
Showing us how the Necrons use. And by the way, if you know Necrons, do put comments below, because that'll be really helpful.
yeah,
for
I
Gaz.
need to learn properly. Okay, so he's going to be hitting on 3s. That's not the best, but that's okay. So we scored a hit, so everyone else can reroll 1, so that's all fine.
Very nice.
He is strength 7, and you are toughness
8.
Okay, so
5.
needing 5s, got 1, that's okay. And
AP?
it's AP -3.
AP -3. So 2 up, 3 up, 4 up, 5 up.
And you don't make it, it's D3 damage for that. For the 1. I'll take it. That's okay.
Sure you don't want to use your CP?
No, that's okay. He wasn't there to do any damage, really. He was just there to...
Tracer rounds.
Yeah, exactly. Tracer
Sound.
rounds. The next thing's a bit more exciting. I'm going to be going with the Void Dragon, just so I've got him up. He is heavy 1-shot, and he hits on a 2. So he hits. And
That's
he's
what you're keeping the
strength-
reroll for, I
Yeah,
see.
exactly. Strength 9 versus toughness 8, so we need a 3. That
Oh,
hits.
he's got it.
That's
AP.
AP minus 4.
So it's a 6 up. I'll use a Blood Angels dice for this, people. None of these heresy dice. Come on. Oh, this is a 6! This is what I'm
Okay.
saying. Damn the English, am I right, you Welshmen? Damn the English.
Am I allowed to swear on your
Yeah,
channel?
yeah,
Is that
do what you
okay?
like.
Oh.
These are not suitable for kids. And that's what I tell YouTube.
Next thing I'm going to do is my Doomstalker over here. He has stayed still, so he is shooting on high power. He gets D6 shots for 3. Oh, I'm not going to... Yeah, let's take that.
That's fine.
His ballistic skill is a 4, which is pretty bad. Normally he's closer to my...
This is Tom Cruise.
This is Tom Cruise
Tom
over
Cruise
here.
is in his personal
Yeah.
mobility device.
Normally I keep my Overlord closer to him, but I wanted my Overlord kind of central. So he is
That's
going to
fair.
be hitting
Yeah,
on
makes sense.
4s, but he is re-rolling 1s.
Oh, it's 1 6.
It's only 1. Bad rolling. It's because I insulted the Emperor before this game. Strength
He was
10.
getting carried away with the Xenos life.
Strength 10 though, and it does go through, and it is AP minus 5, so you do not get a save.
Ah.
And it's D6.
I'm
I'm gonna CP that.
That's the one he's CPing. And it's a
Missed it.
4.
4. Okay.
It's alright. He's got there in the end, people.
And the last thing I'm
And
gonna
now I get
do,
feel no pain? I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm joking.
don't.
Yeah.
the last thing is these destroyers. These destroyers are going into it as well because I wanted some damage on it.
Okay, this should do the
There
trick.
you
So
go.
re-rolling ones. Oh, sorry. Let me come over to the old dice tray again.
Sorry, so they would get D3 shots for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots. So that'll do. And these guys are hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s naturally because they are hardwired for hatred. Oh, 2 1s, 2 1s. No. And these guys are only strength 7 against toughness 8. So
5s?
yes, is it strength? Yes, it is. 5s. Oh, it's all right.
That's alright.
And then minus 3.
Right, I'll use your dice. Oh, they're awful. You want to use mine?
Yeah, that'll do.
Are these tabletop tactics dice?
They are, sadly. Sorry, wrapping another challenge.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, because the dice are crap, clearly.
And it's D3 damage a time, so 2 and 2, so it's another
4 damage. So 8 wounds to the Land Raider. Not bad, pulled it back at the end. So we'll do more shooting. He's going to try and strafe up these Death Company, and we'll be with you at the end. Veldy interesting, as they say on the Scandinavian peninsulas. We're having fun. So basically, he's taken over control of this objective and cast my banner aside. How dare I raise a banner? Aren't these 3 glowing stones enough to show the control of the Necrons? Some stupid, puny mortals. Now, so he's taken over that, and he's got 2 models to 1, so he's controlling that objective as well. This guy made it in, diced me to pieces. I actually interrupted, but did 1 wound to my stacked my saves, my rolls, but I can't really complain because Gaz has been stacking a lot of his rolls thanks to his tabletop tactic dice. Now, this guy failed his charge. Now, some miracle of the Emperor, this Death Company guy ate like all the shooting from like half of Gaz's army. He charged him, still didn't kill him. He's on 1 wound, but that's all he needed. And he slammed 2 of these Necron Xenos scum in their stupid faces and killed them back instantly. And you didn't get 1 back from your roll, did you? Or did you?
I got 1
You
back.
got 1 back from the Thunder Hammer.
Reanimation is proving as sticky as I would like it to be.
Yeah, it's been really good. He's getting a lot of reanimation. Not hitting much, but he's
Nope.
getting a lot of reanimation. Then these destroyers now, we did a little rejig after we filmed Movement Phase just to give these destroyers a little bit of cover. Obviously Gaz is still learning, as we've said, so that's absolutely fine. And so it will just extend my charge either over those barricades or, at those scarabs there. Now, and he's holding this objective, of course. So at the end of his turn, he scored 2 for engaging all fronts, and he scored 2 for holding 1 of his designated objectives, which is very nice. And he would have to purge the vermin, but you only scored that in the first.
You can't score it in the first.
There we go. So I'm going into this with 2 banners and 3 objectives. So I will score 3 primary, 2 secondary, and then we'll be getting on. I will be back for a little bit of Blood Angel shooting. I want to get these Flamestorm cannons on camera. So with the Ride of the Valkyries playing in the background, the Sanguinary Guard descended behind line of sight of these guys, so they can't be overwatched, but able to shoot through the pesky scarabs. My Terminators ran forward and then were duly caught up by the Redemptor because they're pretty slow, and they're ready to charge that guy. Made a massive noob error early on in the game in my deployment phase and only just discovered it now. Obviously, my chaplain, as he's in there, he hasn't been able to cast a litany. So I am getting him out, sorry, but he's just not done a litany. Then we have over here, these guys deployed a scrambler in this table quarter, so that's 3 points. My Eversor went 9 inches away from here. Mephi winged and gave himself an extra attack with quickening to come over here. He's a 7-inch charge, including the Blood Angel's buff. These guys stayed where they are. These Terminators came in here. Death Company flew out of combat. So we're in all the table quarters that we want. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a very brief bit of shooting, because I want to see what these Flamestorm cannons are all about on the Dreadnought, so on the Land Raiders. So there's no kill like Overkill. Land Raiders putting everything into these guys. Okay, so he gets 9 hits.
Yeah.
Now it's strength 6, AP -2 damage, which I was actually mildly surprised. I didn't realise it would be AP -2 and 2 damage. I should give this guy more credit. So this is your toughness what?
Strength 5. Toughness 5.
So it's 3s. Not a fail.
Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed, sir.
Oh dear.
So AP -2, please, sir.
How many dice?
It seems to be 9 because I haven't failed anything yet. I auto hit and seemingly auto wounded.
Oh no. Okay, so
Burn
AP
in holy
2.
fire, you Xenos scum.
5s.
5s. Oh, he's done all right. Oh, he's done all right. Oh, hello. So that's going to be 4. That's 8 wounds through on the unit.
1 dead. First one dead. Second one dead.
2 dead.
Yeah.
Okay, then the assault cannon shooting was pretty successful. We managed to bring these destroyers down to just 1 guy with a couple of wounds, and 4 of the Sand Guard finished him off. The other 4 shredded a base of scarabs and did 2 wounds to another one. Then over here, everything bounced from the Eversor Sergeant X's machine pistol over into that squad. Mephi did a wound, but again, the Invun saved it. These guys sprayed into the Necron warriors that were up there that had previously shot and mortal wounded. They were on 8. I managed to kill a couple here. They got 1 back. And then these guys just unleashed and killed them down to a man, so they didn't get their reanimation protocol. Did spend CP for Fury the First for +1 to hit for them. But absolutely worth it. So we're on to the assault now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put these Termies into here, but I'm not going to re-roll it for fail. And that's a 9, they're in. I'll do that in a sec. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do these Termies into this big thing here. And that is probably in with a 5, or it just certainly is. And then we're going to put the Chaplain. He's just going to, I guess, go for these guys, these Scarabs. You know what, I'll think about the Chaplain for a second. Sand Guard, we know where they're going, into the Immortals. And that is, again, a 9. Wow! Hot rolls. So they're in as well.
Oh dear.
And then I have 3d6 on the Eversor. I love Sergeant X. He's the most blood angel of them all, because he still gets a 3d6 charge from combat. So only 3d6 on 9. Absolutely rocking it. He only dropped 3 inches out of 18. That's a 15-inch. He's going to charge into him. So Sergeant X is taking on the last of these guys. And then we've got Mephiston. He needs a 7-inch charge into this guy here, which isn't your Warlord.
He is not my Warlord, no.
Sweet. Okay. And Mephiston gets 7 inches. So he's 8 and a smidge. So he's in as well. I don't think I've ever got that ever before where no one failed to charge.
Yeah, that was a pretty successful time.
That's literally never happened to me. I've been playing Blood Angel for 20 years. That's never happened.
Hot damn.
Hot diggity. Go Necrons. We'll be back. Start off with this combat here. Because of Rule of Cool, Gaz can interrupt, and he might interrupt, and he might kill my Eversor, and there's loads of other stuff. But Mephiston, he is the Lord of Death. He's going to strike first. So we're on 7 attacks at the moment, and he's hit with all but 1, sir. Okay. Then he is Strength 10 +1 to wound. So is that going to be 2s?
Yeah, it's going to be 2s.
Sweet. You never know with Xenos trickery. Okay. So that is 5 wounds through, sir. Now it's a 5 up invuln, I believe. 4 up invuln, I believe.
4 up invuln, yeah.
Okay, and then D3 damage. D3.
Oh dear.
So he's failed 3 of them, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to CP one of those? Makes it very likely you'll live with 6 wounds.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, he does it. So it's, I need 2 5s and 6s here. And it's 1, 2, 3 wounds in total. Mephiston stacked it, but that's okay. I'm not going to CP any of those. So 3 wounds through. And now I'll pause it whilst Gaz decides if he wants to interrupt. He's going for it, people. In the name of whatever it is these Xenos can believe in, he's going for it. Eversur, just in case you didn't know, it's 6 wounds, toughness 4, with a 4 up invuln save. 6 armor save, don't really matter. And so Gaz is going for it now. So how many attacks have we got, Gaz?
So it's 3 base, then he gets an extra for the Thresher, he gets an extra because the plasma sight went off, and he gets an extra for the, so I spent a CP, because I'm Novok Dynasty, I can get an extra attack.
And you're doing it for that extra attack, you want to kill this guy.
Kill him.
You need this objective.
So hitting on 3s, and he is a destroyer, so he rerolls 1s, so that's okay. And then he is strength 5 versus toughness 4, so he needs 3s, and he can reroll 1s because the Scorpec Lord is there. So
nice.
Those at -4.
So
on your invuln save. Yes. Each one of these is 2 damage.
So you need 3 to go through.
Is it 2 damage? Yes, I think it is 2 damage.
So I make to have failed to. I'm kind of disappointed too because I wanted to detonate my suicide vest.
Yeah.
But that is now 4 wounds to the Eversur. He's got 2 wounds left, and I don't wish to alarm you, but he's now very angry. Okay, so we'll gather some more dice together. We'll maybe roll a couple more dice, and then we'll be with you for Necron turn 2.
Hi guys, Gazcam here. So Johnny's decided to hit my Stalker with all of these Thunder Hammers. 6 attacks got through, and he has got a 4 up invuln save. This is my 6 dice of 4 up invuln saves. Yeah, so that was 18 wounds, and I did roll to see if he blew up. He did not, so he's completely removed straight away. And Johnny is now going to do axe attacks on all of these immortals.
Right, Gaz in charge of the camera. Let's see what the axes do against the immortals. So I'm hitting on 3s. Oh, it's cooled down now. We've cursed ourselves. And then we're wounding on 2s. It's looking pretty tasty.
Oh dear.
And then I'll do my sword. So then on 3s again.
Oh God.
I'll take it, sir. I'll take it. And that was in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
I've never seen you roll this well.
Just got to share it with the people. 2s again.
Yeah.
Failed that one. Okay, so it's 5 axe wounds plus 10, 5, 10, 16 swords. The swords are AP -3, the axes are AP -2. So you don't get a save against those, do you?
I get 6s. They've got a 3 up. They're not like the. They're not like.
Oh yeah, the 3 ups, aren't they?
So
take your 6s, and any fails are a dead guy because it's 2 damage each. Oh, he saved a couple. He's not messing around here, but is it 10?
Yeah.
Unit
gone.
Dead.
Gone.
Okay, cool. So in other news, we may as well continue and just show you the wrap-up because I think that was the last combat, wasn't it? So over here, as you know, Mephiston did 3. Gaz has to strike back over here.
I can hit you back there.
Yes, indeedy. The Eversur managed to kill his prey, reclaiming this objective. I'm just doing the filming whilst you get your dice ready, Gazelton.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we saw these guys murder through the Immortals. These guys murdered that thick spidery thing. And over here, I actually only killed 3 with my Power Fists, 3 Necron Warriors. And he got 2 back up, I think, or 1 back up. So, not massive over here, but everything else came up Millhouse. So, yeah, are you ready? You know your stuff?
Yeah, nice and easy. So 4 attacks onto Mephi, hitting on 2s, and it is strength 8 versus toughness. What's
5?
Okay.
So that's 2.
2, and that is -4.
-4, so he's on a 2 up save normally, so 6 up. He fails both, how many per?
3 per.
So this could kill him, but I need 1 feel no pain. Because of course Mephiston, the bullshit isn't over yet, guys. Mephiston has a feel no pain.
I mean,
1 6, And he gets it.
Oh no.
So we'll be with you after Necron turn 2, people.
No.
Previously, I questioned what it is these Xenos scum pray to, and clearly it is a shard of a Catan. This guy, don't call it a comeback, baby, but this guy, well, basically, firstly, what he did was he shot his mega gun through my captain into the Land Raider. Captain failed, would have died with D6, basically did an invuln save, so he could have died, and he didn't because I had to reroll, got a 6 upon his invuln save. He just wrecked the tank, no problem. That then exploded, and boy did it explode.
Vengeance!
It took the chaplain out. It actually only did 1 wound to the Termes, and it took the captain down.
By 4 wounds.
By 4 wounds, so I got very lucky. Could have been more.
I killed my Griblies.
And I killed one of his bases of things as well. So then, what he's done is he's charged over here. He's spent all kinds of CP, 3 CP. Mm-hmm. So this guy is now ignoring invulnerable saves.
That's correct.
He's got an extra attack.
Yep.
And he is currently AP -5.
Yes, because I'm Novak Dynasty, so I get an additional AP -1.
So, he's going to be putting my 1-up Storm Shield Thunderhammer Assault Termes onto a 6-up save, people. Amazing, incredible. And he looks good whilst doing it. Meanwhile, he abandoned this objective to try and clear... Well, kind of abandoned it. If this comes off, then this guy's master plan is just going to be cackling as he looks down on all the Terminators getting slaughtered and securing this objective himself. But he's also put this big beastie over onto these guys because they only have the 5-up invuln. He acknowledges the fact that I am definitely going to hopefully, maybe, kill this guy in a duel. But he's going for it, he's charged, it's time, it's go time. So you've got your dice ready, haven't you? You know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, so
this is your Catan shard.
Yeah, hitting on 2s.
It's
a good thing that I've got the extra dice because I can still wipe. And 2s again. No!
Oh my god,
no,
come on!
I haven't got any CP.
You spent your CP
I haven't got any
on your trickery.
Well, okay, that's 3 6-up saves.
Remember, kids, faith in the Emperor. For sanguinius. And it's a 6. So he only loses 2 from all of the Necron bullshit.
Well, you might not even lose 2 because it's D6 a time.
Come on, get a 1
so,
now. Just
no, okay, 1's
one
dead.
dead and
The other
door.
one's dead.
Okay,
So
he's got
2
that
hit
locked
saves.
down, and we'll be back for this combat in just a moment. Okay, so we're doing Gaz's Assault over here. He's ready. He has 4 attacks. I'm not interrupting.
Ooh.
He's got 3 hits there.
3 hits.
And
it is strength in melee of the user, so it's 6 against 4, so 3s. Oh, no,
nice.
2. AP -4.
So this is my 5-up invuln. Fail both.
No.
How much damage?
2 each.
1 dead.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted.
I'll take this guy. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, Mephiston's going to try and strike against you now, bro. Now, he's only going to have 5 attacks by my estimation because he hasn't been charged or anything like that. So 5 attacks, and he's hit with 4 of them. And I think this was the right choice for you. He's wounding on 2s, and it's 3 through. Now, he did heal one of his wounds from living metal. So
4 up invulns.
Oh, he's failed 2. Do you want to? You can't. No CP.
How many wounds is it?
D3.
Oh,
D3. You probably. I don't even want to say anything. I'm just going to roll it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's resounding. Mephiston does not give.
Absolutely annihilated.
I'm so sorry about this, bro. I just can't keep rolling good dice. It's not my fault. This never normally happens to me. You guys back home, I hope you're enjoying these good dice rolls because it's the only time you're going to get it in this edition. You'll have to join us in 10th edition for luck this good. Right, okay, so is that you done, sir?
It is.
So at the end of your turn, I am currently holding or have units in 4 objectives. So that's no points for you kill the vermin, slay the vermin.
Yeah.
You have units in 2 table quarters, so that's no engage.
Yeah.
And primary wise, you started with and still retain 1 point.
Yeah, you knocked me off that one.
And what's your other secondary again?
No, that's it.
That's
Scourge.
it. I don't engage,
I don't get Scourge. I don't get engage.
And you're not holding this vital thing for any more points.
These are the 3. And
right.
Them, so yeah.
That is looking good. Right, okay, so we're back after Blood Angel's turn 3. We're just going to do wrap-up turns now, guys. Right, guys, so we're on Gazcam here. I started off by, I've spent points to make these counters being in every phase. Shot him, did a couple of wounds. Then I wingsed over and smited him to do 2 more wounds. He took 3 previously, so that adds up to 7. So now I've got Mephiston and the Sand Guard to do 2 wounds and wipe this guy out. So I'm going to take max of 3 a phase. So Mephiston, now we're on turn 3. He's not got the quickening off, so it's going to be 6 attacks, I believe. So that is all hit. Strength 10, toughness 7 is wounding on 2s as a Blood Angel. So it's 5 wounds. Do you want to use your own dice or mine?
Bothered.
Draw up invern. He's made 2. That wasn't in, was it? It was
I don't know.
These. It was these 2 failed. So I need to do 2 D3 wounds. So it is a kill, isn't it?
It's a kill, yeah.
It's a kill. So guys, I'm really sorry, the camera cut out and we didn't realise. We had an absolutely epic moment here. So after the Catan shard exploded, it did like 3 mortal wounds to Mephi. He failed 2 of his feel no pains. He died. The captain took 3 mortal wounds, or 5 mortal wounds or something, and he had no feel no pain. So he was vaporised as well. And the Sand Guard took 1, but never mind. Over here, my Termies, I think they failed to kill any warriors, so they killed 1 warrior because he kept standing back up again. And the Death Company managed to kill a couple with his hammer, and that was basically it. But just an epic moment, really, like, sorry that you didn't get to see it, but yeah, all 3 Blood Angels characters killed in explosions this game. First the Chaplain when the Redeemer went up, and now Mephiston and the Captain swallowed up in the explosion as Mephiston shoved his power sword deep into the inner workings of that Catan shard. So absolutely epic, just an amazing game, so fun. All the dice rolls are as exciting as they could possibly be. And at the end of Blood Angels turn 3, we of course have we may have forsaken that table quarter. We're either 3 or 4 table quarters. Maybe right. Yeah, but I don't think they're over halfway. Do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they're definitely not, because that objective's in the middle and they're past its halfway point. Oh, yeah. So I've only got 2.
Not that it matters at this point.
Yeah, we're going to do a Necron turn, wrap it up, but the Blood Angels have kind of got what they wanted and stopped the Necrons scoring. So it's been an absolutely fantastic and epically fun game, but it's looking like the Necrons might have to return to their tombs for another few aeons, which may be how long it takes for me to persuade Gaz to another battle report after this stonking. I'm sorry, bro. So the Overlord, ancient and wise, pointed at the Sanguinary Guards. He said to his followers, "See those golden angels?" They replied, 1001, 1001. And he responded, "I don't want to." And they unleashed, and so it was. The Sanguinary Guard were wiped out. We actually forgot, and there was 3 more mortal wounds done on the Termies over here. They pulled back to hold that objective, and the shard wiped them out as well. Then, after that shooting had killed the Sand Guard off, we continued with this noodle fest over here. Terminators continued to fail to do pretty much anything to these Necron warriors, who continued to do absolutely nothing back to the Terminators. So we're holding this corner. We've got this quarter under wraps. I guess everyone's a little bit confused now that all the leaders are dead. It's just flashbacks, it's PTSD. Why do our leaders always have to die in the Blood Angels? So it is what it is. Now, Gaz has scored 2 points this turn for the it's something about me not holding table quarters. Purge the vermin.
You are filthy vermin.
And he has cleaned the vermin out from this table quarter, but I am still in 3 others. That would have been an absolute scorer. If it's just one of those guys. Gaz is calling it there because he's got a total of, I think, 6 models on the table, and the point difference is quite huge.
Yeah, I can't make it back at this point. I've got pretty obnoxious models that are left on the table with quantum shielding and decent saves, but they just can't do. I haven't had board. The problem is that my secondaries are all about board control, and I've never had board control in this game. So I'm calling it there. So at the end of battle round or round 3, the Necrons have 7 points and the Blood Angels have 16 points.
7 to 16. So it's not a high-scoring game, guys, but it has been very fun. We've tried some different things. We've tried different deployment setups. We've tried different scoring. We did use the modern secondaries because we're not total, heretics. But yeah, really, really fun game. Thank you so much once again for being on the channel, showing off your beautiful army. Thank you for having us around, showing off your beautiful table. Gaz created all of this terrain with these 2 hands. So, really, really impressive, as you guys can probably agree with me here. So thank you very much once again, Gaz. Thank you back home for your time. I hope you found it interesting and entertaining. This has been the Scholar Progenium. Goodbye.